Hey, what's up guys, my name is Nop, and welcome to another PC build video. Now today's video is about the 5080. I know that this might not be as interesting, and especially for the price point. I mean, the 5080 was and is made for more expensive price points, so anyone who's saying that, oh, I could build something cheap, or, well, in most cases, there's most of those people trolling, so I will not really care about that, or they're planning to use really used and not that great parts for that build. So in general sense, this is new parts as usual, no used parts, just new and good parts. 5080 at a $2,000 PC build, and for this price point, which is a normal price point to pay with the GPU, well, at least for this PC build as an example, it should do just fine for gaming and even streaming and video editing. So yeah, before we start, of course, I would say the channel this month went in a very high peak. More subscribers by a lot. I believe like 30 more subscribers. It's a huge jump, except, other than the big jump I had a couple months ago. And a huge view jump and watch time. We're talking about like 4 times to 5, almost being 5 times the amount I got beforehand. So yeah, it's crazy. I would say thank you all so much for this. It's incredible. The channel is growing, and yeah, it's getting closer to 1,000 subscribers. I just need like what 200 plus more. So yeah, it's getting close, and it's great. It's doing great. And I have to say thanks to these type of PC builds, especially for the 50 series, almost going to be released, and then me, releasing possible PC build video ideas for those who might think of doing something similar or change. Again, like I said, I always recommend people to change it from their own view. Don't do the same thing I did. I'm just giving an example. But people like to take things out of context. Shows in the comments I keep reading. But this time, what I'm doing right now is just doing something that could be entertaining. Again, I do things more for entertainment rather than, well, I mean, I sometimes do things for professional reasons, but mostly for entertainment. And these, I do it just for fun. So yeah, this is a 5080. I don't know if I'm gonna do a 5090. I don't think a lot of people, will have the money to spend. Heck, I don't think this will be even that interesting. So a 5090, I don't know if I should make a video of that. You guys want me to make a video of it? Okay, I just don't see the point. But yeah, without wasting time, let's get right to the PC build, shall we? Starting off with the CPU, and the CPU of choice is the AMD Ryzen 7 7800X 3D. It's not, well, it's the previous version, because there's the 9800X 3D, which is much better. Well, I guess you could say much better. But this is like comparing to like 3 options you have in the market. This is the cheapest option of the good processors with this GPU. So, because of the price point and because of something that actually works really well for the GPU, this is the option. Heck, I mean, this is not exactly a cheap processor. This is quite expensive. It is one of the fastest CPU in the market for gaming, but in a general sense, I would probably just recommend going with a 7800X if you want to save up money for something else. Unless you really want that extra bump for the gaming part, but I don't know. Personally, I prefer just not to spend too much on something that just have slightly more gimmick. Technically speaking, the 3D cache, V-cache technology pretty much allows to have extra cache, which allows to have more gaming performance. True, I believe that, and it actually does perform better for gaming. Video editing and all that stuff actually doesn't perform that well, surprisingly. So the improvement gaming part, they decrease on other things. So again, you could go with this, especially if you want more gaming scenario, and I honestly would recommend it. But if you want to save up money, go ahead, get like the 7800X. But for the sake of being the best one for gaming, we're going with this. Now, to cool off this processor and really need the good cooling, I went with the Thermalright Aqua Elite V3. It's a 240mm cooler. It's RGB. It will cool the thing, so we're going with it. Now, for the motherboard, we went with the ASRock B850M-X. It's a micro RTX AM5 motherboard. It is a, how do I say this? It's like taking the idea of those really cheap and meh motherboards and somehow kind of also add good things in the same time. So, Yeah, it's a micro RTX in the worst scenario in some things, like for example, RAM sticks. There's only 2 slots. Usually it's 4. This one is 2. Although we're going with this two stick anyways, and that also because DDR5 RAM, which we're going with it because a lot of people keep complaining about it, does perform just fine in a 1 stick scenario. The double channel or dual channel scenario is mostly for the 4. DDR4 is better to use dual channel mode. DDR5 not necessary because there's a dual chip inside the DDR5 chips, so RAM sticks, so they kind of perform similar to a dual channel DDR4 with a 1 stick. So that's a benefit of DDR5. But again, just for the sake of better to have 2 sticks in general, we're going with dual 2 sticks anyways. So yeah, it should be just fine. Of course, if you want to upgrade, that's where you might just have to get a different RAM stick. But the amount of RAM we're going with this is you really don't need to upgrade. So yeah, we're going with this one. Again, great heatsink, great overall motherboard in general, even for the whole simplicity of it. There's even like a good selection of ports, a Type-C connection. Yeah, we're going with it. Now for the RAM, we went with the Silicon Power Value Gaming 32 gigs. So it's a 32 gigs of RAM, 16 gigs, or rather dual stick 16 gigs. DDR5 to be more exact. It's 6000 megahertz with CL30. Again, anything below CL32, so CL32 or below, with a speed around of 6000 above, or not necessary, but better, will do just fine. And Silicon Power pretty much did that with a good price point and a good color, black color, which is nice. So yeah, we're going with it. Now for storage, we went to the Silicon Power XS70 1TB. So it's Gen 4. It has a heatsink in it. It has great speeds, and in a general sense, for the price point, it's great. Other than the PNY, I don't remember exactly what the model is, but it has similar speeds, but without any heatsink, so that's why I went with this. That's first. Second, if anyone's going to comment in the description about Gen 5 SSDs, you don't need that. I just have a feeling. For some reason, I have a feeling. Gen 5s are faster, but it's unnecessary. Gen 3, sure, that's where you might just want to skip that. No, I mean, you could still use it as a game drive, but I wouldn't use it as a main drive. But Gen 4 is better. I mean, you know, and also it's cheaper than Gen 5 while doing the job anyways. At this point, the moment you hit Gen 4, you don't need more than that. So yeah, Gen 5 is unnecessary at the moment. It will take time until somehow we actually need Gen 5 to that extent. Heck, at this point, Gen 5 is getting cheaper because of how not all people are actually caring about that much. So yeah, this will do just fine. It's fast, it's reliable, it's 1TB. They even have a heatsink. You don't need more than that. Now for the GPU, went to the Gigabyte WindForce SFF. I have no clue what that means. RTX 5080. It's an RTX 5080. It's 16 gigs of VRAM, DDR7. So fast. It's a cool color too. It's black. Unfortunately, there's only like these pictures. So I'm going with a price point of $999 or $999. I know these will probably be more expensive, but just for the sake of the video, we're going with the original price point for the Founders Edition. Again, prices might vary depending on the manufacturer, of course. But this one's great. It's 3 fans. It's black color. Honestly, I don't know what else to say. Just to say that it's a beast of a probably 1440p gaming GPU. Even 4K, but mostly 1440p. Yeah, this is great. It's $1,000 or more, depending on the manufacturer. I mean, I don't know what to say. It's a beast of a GPU. Plus, it's part of the video. It's the main focus of the video, anyway. So, yeah. And overall, it's a good GPU though. So we're going with it. Now for the power supply, and again, if you guys didn't watch the last video, you have to check it out. But 50 series are using too much power these days, and good luck with your build. So we're going with the Super Flower Zillion FG 1250. Look, I searched on the list. It's not a bad power supply. It's 80 plus gold certified, and even fully modular, which is nice. So yeah, we're going with this. Again, the power supply, it's 1250 watts. It's exactly the amount you need to power this system without any issue, even with overclocking or any upgrades or whatever. So that's why I went with this. But yeah, I do have to say that these GPUs are using too much power. Oh boy. Now for the case, we went for the Game Max Defender MB. It's a micro ATX case. It's a small case. There's enough fans, you know, 3 in the front, 1 in the back. It's RGB. But yeah, it's a Chinese case. It's one of those Chinese brands. But again, for the price point and for what we need for this system, should do the job for the most part. Having a 3 fan in the front and 1 in the back with the cooling and everything should keep it all cool. It is mesh, I believe. But it's not the best thing in the world just for the price point, to keep the price point in the 2000. We're going with this case. And I've seen Chinese cases before. Some of them just do just fine. So, again, cases are just to put the system inside. But, of course, it should have something that helps a little bit more. And this has enough. So, we're going with it. Now, the total price point for this PC build is another 2019 bucks. Yeah, okay, we went with 19 bucks more than usual. But it's still in the 2000 range. So, for this price point, you get something that is relatively good. It's fast. It's great for gaming, especially at 1440p. I mean, yeah, it's 32 gigs of DDR5. It could even upgrade for like storage and whatnot. Yeah, we're going with it. So that is it for today's video. I'm kind of a late timing scenario right now. I need to go, so I'm not gonna waste that much time. But all I can say is, if you guys want to change anything on this PC build, you can change it. Again, I'm linking the link for this build in the description down below. You guys can check that out and change whatever you wanted to change, whatever you think it's better. I just did something for the price point and for the style I think it will work. So yeah, again, you can change it. I always mention you can change it. If anyone's gonna mention in the comments that you could have done this, this is better with this, why didn't put that, do that. I'm giving you the choice. So yeah, again, you guys change it whatever you guys want. You can comment whatever you guys want. Tell me your opinion. Tell me what I could have done in a nice way. Comment down below, share this video, give a like. Again, thank you so much for how this month went. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for the likes. Finally, the 5070 video. That one broke the #1 most watched video on my YouTube channel. And I finally got the new best watched video of my channel. So yeah, it took 7 years, but we got that. Yes. So yeah, and it's even increasing. People are still watching, so that's nice. So the channel is increasing. That's great, and it's a great thing, especially this year. I feel like things are gonna go bad in some ways, but because of what happened this month, I'm feeling a little bit more excited. I can't even speak properly these days. So yeah. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you guys liked it. Hope you guys had fun. Comment down below. Share this video. Give a like. Remember to share it to your friends, to your family, to your pets. Anything really. Share this video. Share this channel. Hit the bell icon. Remember to subscribe, please. And yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.